Good morning and welcome to your Farm and Home Show. My name is Joanna Coles, and this morning we're visiting with Dr. Bob Coleman. He's with the University of Kentucky Extension Equine Specialist there. Good morning, Bob.
Good morning, Joanna. How are you?
I'm doing well, and today we're going to talk about, I think, an important topic. We get a lot of questions in the office, and that's a little bit about buying horse hay.
It is an interesting topic, Joanna, because a lot of times we'll see people advertise, and certainly with social media, there's all kinds of advertisements for this is horse quality hay or this is not horse quality hay, which I think is a little bit disconcerting because what exactly is that? Um, in my mind, when we're talking about horse quality hay, what's most important is that it's free of dust and mold. So we can look at that. We should be opening up bales and checking for that because that is the most serious concern or then the most serious criteria that horse owners need to have. It's got to be free of mold and dust. So from a horse owner perspective, there's two things that you need to think about. Number one is how long are you going to feed for? How many days? When do you think you might actually have to start feeding hay? Now, for some people, that's 365 days a year. For some people, they have some grazing and they may not start feeding hay depending on where they live and how the grass is growing and those sorts of things. Maybe they start, the middle of October, the 1st of November, whatever. And then how long do you think again? When's the grass going to come back? So are you going to hold on till the 15th of April to make sure you have grass? Are you going to be very a gambler and say, oh, we always have grass by the 1st of March? It's like, maybe hedge your bets a little bit. So how long? So we need to think about how many horses we have and what do they weigh. And yes, you can estimate that. It doesn't have to be get the scale out and weigh them. That would be wonderful, but we know that's not going to happen. There is an app for how to estimate your horse's body weight that we'll send you the link on how to get to that. And you might want to get that. I will tell you in full transparency that the app costs $1.99. Works on your Apple, works on Android. Yes, the University of Kentucky was partnered with the University of Minnesota to generate the app. So how much am I going to feed per day? And this is a little bit of a inventory purchase. So I'm going to make a very wild assumption that I'm going to buy 2.5% of the horse's body weight in hay per day. And so that 1,100-pound horse at 2.5% is going to have 27 to 28 pounds of hay per day. That's for my inventory. If he's a little, if I'm going to go at 2%, then I'm down to 22 pounds of hay per day. Again, inventory. Now, we talked before about hay quality. And so if you know that you've got really good quality hay, you might not need to feed 2% of body weight. Maybe you only need to feed 1 3/4. So where it gets into trouble or horse people get into trouble is that they think that if I bought 2.5%, I have to feed 2.5%. And what do we have in the horse industry today? A significant number of fat horses because horse owners are being too generous. So you need to think about exactly what am I going to do, but when we're buying hay, I don't think it hurts to buy a little extra. Generally, what we find is that if you buy hay now, through to the early September period, hay is a little cheaper.
Absolutely. So I think you make a great point of making sure that we have the inventory there available, but also make sure that we're only feeding to meet that horse's nutrient requirements instead of feeding all that we have. And so I know we have a publication to help horse owners with the purchasing of hay.
We do. It's just, hay for horses has a good description on what are the differences. How are you going to use those hays to the best advantage depending on the horses that you're feeding?
All right. Well, certainly appreciate the information. And if you have questions, make sure to contact your local extension office. Thanks for watching and have a great day.